Hey there, fellow stalkers. This is the Chucknator, and in this video I'm going to show you my 10 must-have mods for Stalker 2. I played through the full story, or at least one of its branches, already without any mods, and decided to dive into what mods can offer on my other save. These mods are ones I have used the most or have reinstalled the most, and they can all be found on Nexus Mods. And if you need help getting them downloaded, then check out my other video on that. If you download these yourself, then let me know in the comments. And if you want updates on when I post patch notes, new mods to download, or other Stalker videos, then be sure to show your support by subscribing to the channel. Also like the video to help the algorithm so other Stalkers see this video too. For my first and most loved mod, I will have to suggest the Mutant Loot mod by SomberX on Nexus Mods. This mod adds something that I was highly disappointed to not see as a feature in Stalker 2, which is being able to loot mutants for parts that you can sell. In Stalker 2, you cannot loot mutants for their parts, or generally at all outside of some specific quests. This has made it to where there's no benefit to fighting any mutant. You make no coupons from killing any mutants unless directly tasked to kill them, so you just lose coupons to weapon repair, armor repair, and having to buy ammo every time you have to fight a group of mutants. This mod changes that by adding lootable parts to all mutants using icon art that was apparently cut content. And all of the icons are very fitting for each mutant part, and the prices are pretty well set for what you get. So with this mod, you can finally make a bit of your coupons back when you inevitably have to unload a bunch of ammo into a pack of mutants or something stronger like a Chimera. You can actually go mutant hunting to get some extra rubles in some cases. Some of them aren't really worth that much, but you get the gist. Let me know in the comments if this is a feature you were also disappointed not to see make it into the game. In keeping with mods that add loot to the game, I would highly suggest the Project Itemization mod by Fanzon R. This mod adds all kinds of junk items to the game, so if you're tired of only getting a sausage, beer, bandage off of most enemies, then this mod is for you. With this mod, you will find all kinds of new items on human enemies, some not worth much to things worth a decent amount like ophthalmoscope. There's also two versions of this mod. The no consumables one just includes junk items, while the other adds consumables and meds, as well as changing the parameters of most consumables, and making their effects apply over time instead of instantly. This can help add a bit of realism to eating, drinking, and healing, as you don't get the positive effects immediately. Just know the one that affects consumable parameters may conflict with mods that lower the weight of consumables. This mod sounds cool, then check it out and let me know what you think, because I love having some more loot to lug around, and I believe it adds a bit of life to the zone having some random items of work. A mod I currently use that does get affected by the consumable changing version of Project Itemization would be our next mod. No or reduce weight for ammo, nades, meds, and food by TrueD2. This mod helps to lower the weight of all these types of items so you can carry more stuff around. It has multiple versions depending on how much you want the weight of items to be lowered, whether it be 50% weight, 10% of the weight, or for these to not weigh at all. It does have separate packs for each type of item, so you can just lower ammo, nades, or consumables. Just keep in mind that the consumables weight change does not currently work with Project Itemization, as they both affect consumable parameters. You can still use the nades and ammo weight packs with it though, or if you use the non-consumables version of Project Itemization, they are compatible. This is a great mod for those who want to carry a bunch of stuff, but want the weight to be not so burdensome. My next mod that I downloaded before they actually updated all the mutants' health was Groks Modular Mutant Health, which has adjustable percentages to the health levels of all mutants, and was created and uploaded by the main modder for Stalker Gamma, good old Grok. These packs can all be separately downloaded and input into your mod file, so you can adjust only specific mutants, or all of them if you really wanted to. And he even has a balance preset pulled directly into your mod folder. I mainly used this mod before they changed the Bloodsucker's penetration levels, as they were a serious bullet sponge, so it made it quite the task when you'd have 3 or more of them to fight at once. I know plenty of other people were having that issue as well, and felt awful about how spongy something so dangerous was. In the current version of the game, Bloodsuckers are manageable, but the Chimera can still be a long, drawn-out fight that can end up using 300 plus AP bullets, and take a lot of cheesing like junking being on top of things. But with this mod, you can bring that down to under 100 bullets with the 80% health reduction version. This is a mod I suggest for those who are having a harder time getting past those stronger scripted mutant fights. Another mod that should help with the difficulty of enemies is Maklanes Gunfights. no aimbot NPC, which was created by Maklanes. This mod takes all those guys that are shooting from over 50 meters away with shotguns and makes them a bit less likely to hit you, instead of hitting you just about every time with all of their bullets. Now, when it comes to Stalker, I don't particularly want my gameplay easier, but I do prefer a bit more realism, which does include making enemies a little less like John Wick when it's just a bandit. Because their accuracy in the vanilla version of the game is honestly just insane. This mod specifically changes the dispersion of enemy shots at all ranges. It makes the dispersion happen more often so they aren't hitting you with every shot they shoot from an iron sight gun when they're not close to you at all. This is more of a mod that helps with gunfights and making them a bit more realistic in my opinion, instead of feeling like you were fighting a bunch of aimbot robots the whole time. This next mod I personally need after using it in Gamma Mod Pack and Anomaly, and this one is going to be a no beeping mod, which is by Axxii 59. This removes the beeping you get from getting near any anomaly. Now, this mod will make the zone a bit harder as you won't have much of a warning that you are getting close to an anomaly, but I've found many places where the NPC will be close to an anomaly, so the whole time you're doing dialogue, you'll just have a constant beeping in your ear during it, which can get pretty annoying after a certain point. So I get this mod, no longer have annoying beeping near anomalies, and possibly die a bit more in return for not going insane. So let me know if you use this, if you hate the beeping, if you like the beeping, let me know in the comments. Another simple mod that can be a big positive change in quality of life is the Equalized Aim Sensitivity mod by Strangorth. This mod adjusts the sensitivity scaling so the X and Y aiming sensitivities are equal. In the vanilla version of the game, you for some reason look up and down quicker than you can look left to right. Why any dev would do this is beyond me. Maybe something to do with turning your body is slower than just looking up and down. Maybe? But that's not how I want my sensitivity to be in a game. This is not the big deal, but it doesn't feel good. And it feels much smoother looking and aiming with this mod active. This mod puts those sensitivities at a perfect balance, as they should be. This next mod is a night vision mod by an RB Waddle. This is another feature that didn't make it into the initial release, and I was quite disappointed, at least to say, that there wasn't in there. Not having night vision in the game was pretty crappy, especially seeing as you can physically see night visions on some of the armors and suit people are wearing. This mod has added night vision to the game, and you can even pull up a window that adjusts the night vision color, brightness, and other features, including the film grain. It's a pretty cool mod and it does work well. In areas of pitch black, you can turn on the NVG and clearly see now. This is a huge game changer for those darker bunkers and the light. Let me know in the comments if you're going to get this mod, because this is a really good mod. Night visions are something you could really use. Let me know. Let me know how you think about them. Let me know what settings you set for them. The last two mods on this list have to do with movement in the game. First mod is the Longer Sprinting by Nick Million. This mod adjusts the stamina usage for sprinting and makes you able to run much further than in the vanilla game. In my opinion, you should be able to run further than 50 meters with getting tired. You've been running around the zone this whole game and you still can only run 50 meters the whole game. Or a little bit over that or a little bit under that or so. This mod helps you do exactly that and reduce your stamina cost by 25%, 50%, or 75%. Which, at that higher amount, it'll extend your distance by at least 4 times the vanilla sprint distance. This mod can really help make those long treks across the zone in late game less of a task, seeing as you don't have skills or anything to help increase that stamina outside of drinking hundreds of energy drinks. I highly suggest this mod for those who are tired of taking forever to travel across the zone due to the very low stamina that you have offhand. The final mod I chose for this video is Ledge Grabbing by Kenny Mylini, which, as the name says, is by Kenny Mylini. This mod can be a huge game changer as it makes it possible to mantle much higher than in the vanilla game. This increases your ability to get away from mutants, get good sniping spots, or just generally get to harder to reach places. I also believe it can add a bit more realism to your gameplay, as instead of only being able to climb over stuff that is barely hip height, you can actually climb on top of things that are about arm length high above you. There are also other versions that only make it at head height or right above the head if you don't want the mantling to be so parkourish. For an example, you can quite literally climb on top of like shipping containers. Like shipping containers, you can climb on top of them. That's what this mod will make it able to. You can walk up shipping containers, climb on top of them, climb on top of the next one, and get a really high vantage. it's a really cool mod and makes a lot of verticality very enjoyable for the game. I've had plenty of fun just climbing all kinds of places with this mod. Just be careful not to fall to your death too often. These are some of my main mods so far, and if you plan to use any of them, then let me know in the comments. If you'd like to get any of these mods for yourself, all mods I have mentioned will be linked in the description. If you have issues with any of the mods working, then try adding lowercase z 2 or 3 times with an underscore at the beginning, or an underscore then a capital P at the end of your mod's name, as this fixed much of my issue. I want to thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to support the channel, and like the video if any of these mods seem cool to you. Good luck in the zone, Stalkers.